Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jeff and I'm glad to have you here today on the 20th of July. Today we're going to try a little bit of whiskey and we're also going to do a little bit of a song and have some fun with that. But first, birthdays!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Number 1, Alexander the Great. Born 356 BC, Alexander's probably the greatest military might of all time. This guy was king of Macedonia, and he was undefeated as a military leader, and he had one of the largest empires in history. Aristotle was his teacher, in fact. Edmund Hillary. Happy birthday, Edmund. He was a famous New Zealander who was the first man to ascend Mount Everest, the highest mountain on earth. And he also, being a New Zealander, which is one of my favorite countries, Michelle and I have been to New Zealand. Hey, go All Blacks, the rugby team there. Next, so how about some musician birthdays? T.G. Shepherd, I got a chance to play with him when I was younger, and the guy's a really excellent singer. I don't even know if he's still around anymore, whether he's even still alive, but T.G. Shepherd was a pretty big country artist back in the day. Kim Carnes, I don't know if you remember Kim Carnes, but she had the raspy voice, and she did Betty Davis eyes. She was born in 45, T.G. Shepherd 42, and one more great musician, Carlos Santana, yeah, 1947. But anyway, July 20th, known as the day that we had the first man to step onto the moon, Neil Armstrong.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So let's get into this. As you know, I like to let my whiskey sit for just a few minutes. Today is an Ardbeg. Ardbeg Ugadal, I think, or Ugadal, or something like that's the way it's pronounced. It's an Islay. Islay is an island, and these Scottish islands are known for their very peaty, smoky kinds of scotches. And if you know anything about Scotch, Scotch is a very smoky kind of alcohol anyway. Of all your whiskeys, I can always tell a Scotch just by how smoky it is. I can always tell a bourbon by how sweet it is. I can always tell an Irish whiskey by how it sucks. No, but by how light it is. It's really a light whiskey. You could sip it all night, and if you enjoy sipping whiskeys all night, you're going to love Irish whiskeys. There's a lot of great ones, so they don't all suck. It's just that for my taste, I like a bite to my whiskey. And of all of my whiskeys in my collection, this Islay is probably the strongest, especially on the nose. And it's a tough sipping whiskey, but I like to pull this out when I want something that's just going to kick me in the ass, that kind of thing. So let's take this cork out and pour a little bit of that in my Glencairn glasses. There we go. How y'all doing today? How you doing? Anyway, it's the afternoon. I'm hoping I can get this this video out here on the 20th because it is a special day for me, July 20th. Oh my gosh. Oh, smoky, 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 smoky. Now they say it's got like a Christmas cake kind of. I don't know what a Christmas cake smells like. I mean, I know what a birthday cake smells like. I know what a chocolate cake smells like. Fresh ocean spice and cedar and pine needles. I don't know. Yeah, these are just things I read off of the internet. I'm not some great whiskey expert. But anyway, let me let that set a moment, and I want to read this to you. And to do that, I got to get better glasses than these. I'm old, so I can't see anymore. And I'll read for you what's on the bottle. By the way, this isn't a cheap bottle. I want to say I paid north of $60 for this bottle. So Ardbeg Ugadal, or Ugadale, Uigeadal, if anyone wants to help me out with that one. It's the Ultimate Islay, and now that's Islay. Until I learned how to pronounce that, I thought it was Isla or Isla or something like that, but it's Islay. Single malt Scotch whiskey, and non-chill filter, treacle, bacon, and bonfires. 54.2% alcohol by volume. So we're up there in the proof. We are right at about 110 proof almost. And of course Islay. Okay, it's the Isle of Islay, Argyll, Scotland. Now on the back it says Ardbeg Ugadal takes its name from the brooding, mysterious loch, which provides the peat-laden water of Ardbeg. This is a special vatting of different styles of Ardbeg, marrying together traditional deep smoky notes with the luscious, sweet, raisiny tones of old ex-sherry casks. I used to know a girl named Sherry. She didn't have any casks. Distilled and bottled in Scotland, of course. It is a Scotch. And then a bunch of government warnings and that kind of stuff. Really cool bottle. I'll probably definitely keep the bottle unless I get another bottle, and I think it's probably going to have to be a friend that gets me another one just for the price of it. I just don't drink a whole lot of it again because it really is tough on you. But, oh yeah, that's getting better. Okay, and once again, right off the bat, I can tell it's Scotch just because it's very smoky smelling. But if I remember this is not easy to sip, but, yeah. Boy, let me just let it sit a couple more minutes. So today's song, going back to the 80s again, I wrote a lot of love songs in the 80s. This one's called For Lynn, A Birthday Letter. And years ago I used to play at this place called The Great Steak. And I understand they went out of business in 2011. I found that out today. I had to look it up. My good friends Mark and Jim. Jim passed away in 2011, and his wife said she just couldn't keep the business going, and the Great Steak went under, and which is kind of sad. I don't know if it's been replaced by some other type of business there. The reason why it's kind of sad for me, I do own a master's degree. I actually worked and got an MBA, and my thesis for my MBA was based on the Great Steak. I actually went back to Norfolk at the time and took down a lot of notes and researched their business model they had, and that's what I did my MBA on. That's what I did my paper for my MBA. But they really helped me out a lot when I was getting started as a soloist. They gave me a full-time gig there at their restaurant. I would play to the people that would come in and have steaks that night, and sometimes those people would come back and listen to my music. Well, one of the couples that came back early on was Lynn and Weber Wright, and they became really good friends of mine. Weber Wright, he is a jack of all trades. I bought a car from him, I think maybe two cars, but one car, $500 piece of crap. But that thing ran great. I bought it for $500. I sold it for $500. If you know anything about being a musician, you don't make a whole lot of money, and you need all the help you can get. Well, Lynn and Weber were really good friends of mine. We played a lot of cards, a lot of spades, that kind of stuff. And Lynn Wright came in one night, said her birthday was the next week, and I was writing music, and I ended up writing a song that week, and I decided to give it to her for a birthday present. The song has nothing to do with Lynn, but I said, hey, why not just title it For Lynn, A Birthday Letter? And one of the other reasons why I didn't have another title for it is because I had another song called The Letter. And this whole song is about a letter that I can imagine someone writing, sitting down and writing. But it's about a breakup. It's about someone who has lost a love and they hope to get them back. And they wanted to send them one final letter, and that's what this song's about. I don't have a good memorization of this song. I tend to forget the words a lot on this. I forget the chords. So I'm actually going to put this up here, and I hope you don't mind. I'm going to maybe read the lyrics from time to time to be able to get through this. Let's see how we're doing over here with our whiskey. Oh, that's much calmer now. Let's take a sip. Oh man, that's like instant smoke right up into your nose. It's intense. And it's still there. Wow. Really strong. Whew. Just solid smoke. I'm not getting anything about Christmas on this thing. I don't know what Christmas tastes like. But I can tell you that probably with a dash of water, a little bit of water will calm it down some. I think I did that once before. This is a very powerful Scotch. If you are a Scotch lover, I think you're going to love this Scotch, especially for its peatiness and its smokiness. And if that's why you go for a Scotch, you would use this. I naturally would never put this in a mixed cocktail like one of my Rusty Nails. No, I would probably use Johnny Walker Black for that. I understand from the whiskey guys, and I'll put a link to their channel down here too, that they reviewed the Double Black, and I had a bottle of that. And they said that's with the Double Black, they actually add Islay to the mix on that Johnny Walker Double Black. And I got that on a ship. I think oh yeah, Royal Caribbean today. Got my Royal Caribbean hat on. Michelle and I are both Royal Caribbean fans. I think we're Diamonds, and maybe we'll end up being Diamond Pluses here pretty soon. Anyway, today's song is for Lynn, a birthday letter. And it's another song where I wrote it in C. And I transposed it up to D to give it a little bit more energy. Let's see if I can get through this thing. There's something that I've got to tell you. Now that I've got you alone, this pain in my heart flares without you, and I can't fire the flames now you're gone. So I sat down to write you this letter, and I noticed the words start to rhyme, and I wonder if you feel the music that pours from my heart all the time. And I'd do anything to get into your world. This heartache won't let it in. And I do more than anyone else can to get back to you. This feeling inside, wanna run and can't hide, the way that I feel when you're near, and the warmth of your heart dries the loneliest tears. And all through the years, there's something that I'd like to say. You know how my words run together. You know how I try to explain the reasons that I had for leaving, that haunt me again and again. Now I see how you found you another. Yes, another with love that's so true. But before I return to your memory, there's just something I must say to you, that I do anything to get into your world. This heartache won't let it in, and I do more than anyone else can to get back to you. This feeling inside, wanna run and can't hide, the way that I feel There it is for Lynn, a birthday letter. I hope Lynn's still out there. Lynn and Weber, they were really good folks. That song reminds me of Chicago. I like Chicago. I grew up with Chicago 16, 17, 18, and the previous Chicago stuff that goes way back to like Color My World. I also enjoyed all that. And also has like a little bit of Supertramp mixed in there too. Along the way. So those two groups were huge influencers on my writing. I think that Chicago is one of the finer groups of my era, the 70s and 80s, and even go back to the 60s for you folks with Color My World and some of those earlier songs. And also Supertramp, even in the quietest moments, you know, the Logical song. That's coming down really nicely. Yeah, maybe I will have to get another bottle of that. But anyway, that's today's song, and it is the 20th, and I hope I get this out on the 20th. If I don't, it'll be out on the morning of the 21st, but I'm still going to leave those birthdays and those dedications in. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get these things out. So I'll leave you with this toast. May your glass be ever full. May the roof over your head be always strong. And may you be in heaven half an hour before the devil knows you're dead.